at all or how often. So that could be a big determining factor in how well he plays this matchup.
Yeah, because like, what reps really are there of Rosalina, right? There's not a lot.
Yeah, a party of one.
Yeah.
And for the other ones out there, I'm sorry.
And like at the end of the day, you're playing as the bus. Like, if the bus is like, if you're not as good as the bus, like it's hard to learn the matchup with someone who's like that much better, right?
Yeah.
So it can be a little bit tricky, but good start here though. The damage output of Yoshi is like one of the most insane things in the game.
That down air is going to be a big part of what he uses often too to try and separate Luma and Rosa. Not just that, Rosa's so tall that it's going to be very easy to find shield pokes with that as time goes on.
Oh yeah, and the back air, a lot of these kill moves and kill setups are just hitting a lot, like very high up. Like that up tilt, for example, so good at catching tall characters, not so much the shorter ones.
Yep.
So that's going to be a tool that Gabe is going to have that's not going to be applicable in a lot of other matchups.
Oh my god, and speaking of tools that Gabe has, not only is this off-stage pressure really good, but that soft hit nair at ledge actually was just enough to push Luma off and get the kill. So it is very obvious already that Gabe has a good understanding of how to deal with this matchup. And Volteon is being a little bit too reckless rushing at him at the ledge. Because that is exactly how these things have been going down.
Wow, knowing how to deal with Luma is so crucial in these types of matchups. Wow, just soaring down there with that down B. Gotta be a little bit scary
I'm
here.
getting back down to the ground. What you gonna do about it?
All right, though, 25%, not too much, but you got to make something happen. You got this Yoshi just looking, just hunting after you, standing still, looking for these openings.
Yeah, you're just begging for an answer at this point. Like, I need something to hit. Back airs at ledge would be great as long as you don't get grabbed by Yoshi as he gets at a disadvantage. Gabe has established early that he is giving literally no respect whatsoever to Volteon.
You see those edge guards? He's just like running off there. Like, are you here? I don't know. Don't go here.
Oh, you're back? All right, let's throw hands again. I'm ready. I got more in me.
Throwing out those forwarders. Oh my god, he hates Luma. He hates Luma.
He has 100% fought to Buzz more than once. He's got a vendetta against Luma.
Bro. Dude, that's terrible. Poor Luma. Luma barely spawns and he's out of it. And what do you do with the Lumaless Rosa?
Hope.
Yeah, you just pray.
Wait, what's actually, I'm just thinking back to the movie now. Like, finally, mercy. It's like, let him free. Well, let's see what happens here at the ledge. One of the things, again, I talked about it earlier, is that sometimes Gabe can get stuck in a bit of like a one-track hyper-aggressive mind if it's working. Right now it's working though, so there's no reason to back off. But that's like the one thing I think Volteon would have to figure out is where are these routes coming in and how do I stop it? Because Gabe has never really hit the brakes.
Once again killing Luma right there, and it's just so suffocating of a playstyle for Volteon. It's not being able to slow this down at all.
It's working too. It's in that playbook right now of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, just keep the pressure up. And for Gabe, there has been zero reason for him to stop so far too.
Oh yeah. Volteon has shown no signs of being able to get much out of these openings as well. Like, we've seen Gabe holding Volteon at ledge for so long, and then Volteon gets advantage, and unfortunately, Gabe is being able to find their way through that, like thread the needle through the ledge trap that is being put up.
I am seeing small improvements on defense from Volteon, so maybe we'll see a bit of a difference come game number 2. But Volteon has been taking better decisions.
Yeah.
Gabe almost looks like he's actually kind of, I don't know why, but it seems like he's playing scared of this last stock in some of these spots. But then again, it's also in that same spot of like, I guess it's finally he decided that he didn't need to approach. How long was that tail, bro?
That tail is too long. Like, that's another thing. Like, if you're a big character,
Rosa's too tall or that tail is huge.
Just too wide. Apparently, maybe the dress has like a little hurt box. I don't know.
Yeah, damn, the Mewtwo effect.
Yeah, actually.
But still, yeah, no, the fact that like Gabe, I think what tripped me up is that Gabe did finally actually decide to stop and wait at the very end, and I couldn't compute that because he was only holding forward most of that match. That was good though. That's really good because you're so aggressive all match, and all of a sudden you need to go halt. Yeah. And you trip up your opponent. Sometimes it can be to a detriment because you don't want to let off the gas if you're doing extremely well, but you also don't want to give everything away. And hey, looks like you were right.
We are getting the Pichu. maybe this will turn out better. But we did see, like you said, some improvements. I think Volteon was doing a lot better, especially in neutral. We saw a lot more openings, just struggled to get much out of the openings. We just got a few hits and that was it. And against Yoshi, that's going to take a lot of openings to close out that stock. You can't really edge guard that well. At least we didn't see that last game.
I think Volteon's whole game plan here is, well, A, the grab game, but B, like, the whole thing that can be very scary about fighting this matchup with Pichu is because of the outer shield game from Yoshi's so good that he can just kind of deal with Pichu. But if you're constantly swinging, that's going to be some free combos for Pichu.
Oh yeah, and you know, we definitely see Volteon being able to do these combos very nicely. Pichu is like so underrated in that combo game. Like the amount of setups, the amount of kill confirms, the amount of just so much percent they build of all these combos. It's so insane and so underdeveloped as well.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things where, you know, people still know the character's nuts, but at the same time, you see it so little that it's that underrepresentation makes it look like the character's bad. It's like, no, not at all, as that back air takes it out.
Yeah, and we got Nator at this tournament as well, always showing what this character can do, all these setups, all this stuff. We got a few Japanese ones as well. But the detriment of this character, though, is that weight and that self-damaging that they do from these moves. And, you know, a lot of this percentage has not come from Gabe, I can tell you that much.
That's definitely, in my view, one of the biggest faults of Pichu, because this meta has definitely gone to survival rates, because everybody's dying extremely early now. And if you're self-damaging and you're already the lightest character, you're going to have a terrible time fighting up against all the Steves and Kazuya's of the world.
And you know, on the one hand, Yoshi with that kill part is definitely going to be so scary as Pichu. But then, on the other hand, a lot of the kill moves from Yoshi are like not hitting Pichu, right? So Yoshi can sometimes struggle to kill. That's actually something that Yoshi can struggle with, and against someone like Pichu, that's going to show.
Okay, for one, you should have just picked Pichu last round, bro. And two, you're actually right. And most of the time, people can forget that when you're fighting against Yoshi, once you see that you're around 120, 130 range, their main kill option is back air. Because they can't true combo pretty much anything anymore. So you just start holding shield, and they can't kill you. It becomes a real annoyance for the Yoshi players.
Like, what are they going to do? Grab? Like, okay, well, like, okay, you grabbed me? Like, now what? Now what?
What you gonna do? Like, right now he finally got something. He got the forward air to be able to get at least one. Pichu can't explode if he gets a forward air again off stage, so all he needs is about maybe 40-ish% to get a spike. But look at Volteon doing the same thing he did.
And that kills as well, mid-stage.
Volteon, hi. I'm a phone in the front. I got questions, okay?
Should have gone with the heart.
My question is, where the hell was that Pichu game one? Where was this playstyle game one? That was so good. And Gabe, you could see, like, it happens, right? Somebody switches. You just had a dominant game one. You're like, okay, I'm going to play exactly the same way. I'm going to overly aggress them. I'm going to make sure that they feel suffocated, and I'm going to win. That did not work with the Pichu, and Gabe was never really able to rebound from that. He still at least has game 3. I highly doubt we see Smashville again.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I want to say, like you said earlier, in the beginning of this set, this is a player that can get into the habit of being a little bit too obvious, like sticking with a game plan for too long and not mixing it up enough. And we kind of saw that earlier. All that aggressiveness was being like called out. It was a lot of shielding, a lot of defensive play from Volteon. Was able to slow it down a little bit more and get those openings. When Gabe was trying to force these openings, it was instead just reversals, right?
And that is legitimately the one thing that I've been waiting to see Gabe get through to start hitting his next level. You call it's the best of one play style. You put all your cards on the table on best of one, but you do not have all the cards for best of 3, and you get tired out. You have to be able to start to figure that out in order to be able to win all of them. And it's not that he can't, it's just that you saw it kind of play out there in game 2. He needs to make sure that does not happen here in game 3, and I think Hollow Bastion definitely helping out a little bit with that.
Yeah, and it still remains to be seen, but it's a really, really good start here, and we see a lot of that more defensive play. We've been seeing Gabe just stand in the corner waiting, shielding a lot, being very careful, not running in, which is a key adaptation we've been seeing so far right now.
Yeah, and I did see him kind of like do one of those as that Nair didn't kill before. You don't let that get to you. Like, even if that one didn't kill, it's like, okay, it's fine. Keep your turn. Keep it your turn as long as you can, because one of these back airs will eventually find its mark. Yeah,
and you've been getting so many openings that, like, eventually, if you keep getting these openings at this rate, one of them is gonna kill. This is Pichu. This is not DDD.
Yep, look at the body language. You can see it. You can see it heavy. Look at the body language. There it is again. He was very confident at the beginning. he missed that one singular nair for a KO, and now he's been letting that get to him. He's been second-guessing his approaches, and Volteon saw that and said, oh, wait, that's right. Yoshi can't kill me right here. Pretty much dash attack or back air, all you got, and he finally gets the nair.
Yeah, at 180, right? And now already this 43% been racked on, and this is kind of like that. When you're getting into this, I need to make something happen now, like we talked about earlier. You want something right now. That's when you're getting aggressive again, and that's when you're turning back to that comfortability of your game play, like plan A.
That's what this game is, just a constant perpetual state of rock, paper, scissors, and hoping that you guess correctly sometimes. Also, I did not realize that short hop down air does not hit Pichu easily. That's actually a massive loss of damage that he was getting a ton before.
Oh, you're completely right. And like the sheer change in size from Rosalina to Pichu is just definitely going to mess with Gabe as well. And we've been seeing that a lot of these like out of shield option, like you said, the down air and the nair as well, like the up tilt is going to be struggling to hit. And those are crucial moves to get kills and to get openings. But that F smash, that's going to hit. That is really going to hit.
That's one of the Pichu moments right there. You made one mistake and you got forward smash at ledge and you weigh absolutely nothing to all that rage. Now you're dead. So that you could not have asked for a better situation if you wanted to see Gabe win, and we are going to see that best situation possible in any match. It's last stock, last game.
But the life of the glass cannon as it fires back, though, this is going to go both ways. Pichu dies early, but he can kill early as well, and we see these combos, this advantage state.
We got option coverage here, going straight up to 84%. Again, that down air has not been able to land pretty easily for Avi for whenever he's hunting for it on Pichu, so he's going to need a new opener.
Oh yeah, and this 93% though, this is definitely kill percent. Pichu is not going to struggle with his kills, and you know, as we say this though, 60%, unironically, this is death with one good opening.
Yeah, you actually have to play the game right now like this is your opportunity to win. You have to be able to make sure that you line up one mistake from Volteon and get that kill if you can, because these back airs and everything else are not landing. He goes for the jabs, he does not get what he looked he's trying to push him off stage. He doesn't get it though.
Oh, and we are on ledge and then there. Almost killing at 90%. That's it. That is why you don't want to be that light, right?
Oh my god, H-Chance go for the forward air on a read, on the roll again. Nothing happens. These back airs are missing.
No falling out!
Down smash though!
What is happening here? Peach is the one supposed to fall out, not Yoshi. And
somebody is going to fly out of their seat for whoever wins this match. Hey, anything. Up throw won't kill yet. That's Yoshi.
The double jump armor! How do you think of that right there with the clutch? 157%, one little hit from either of these.
Nair kills for Yoshi. Back air kills for Pichu. Back air kills for Pichu. As that should do it right there. And Volteon is going to shut it down. Gabe was not able to get that straight hit he's looking for. And Volteon, like we said, you can see it. You can see the stress relief in their face when they got up. Man, it was like, oh my god. That was multiple times they both had a solid kill situation, and the game said, nah, how about we play a little bit longer? You want to play a little longer? Let's play a little bit longer. Let's do it a little bit more.
Oh my god. Both of these players were just kind of, like, oh, I have this right now. This is it. Oh, no. Other way around. Just going back and forth like that. And those like tiny cracks in the armor of Gabe, like you talked about in the beginning, that kind of, when it exploded in Game 2, those cracks kind of became canyons. And like in that Game 3 as well, still abusing those same faults when Gabe got a little bit too eager, a little bit too greedy with that aggressiveness.
Sometimes it's not the character, it's the player itself that gives it away. And I know I pointed it out with the body language, but you go back and watch that set, you see that first nair that didn't kill. And you see the the grunt of anger almost that it didn't kill, and then everything after that was second guessed and feared to go in. You recognize that as a player, you start taking full advantage of that, because now your opponent is in their own head. They're not even fighting just you, they're fighting themselves, and that's kind of what happened all the way to the end. Luckily, it ended up coming down to the way it did because of that forward smash that hit earlier, and made for quite an entertaining last match.
Oh yeah, for sure. And definitely a thing that I've been seeing a lot of discourse about is this idea of momentum in Smash Ultimate, right? Is that a real thing? Does it affect people? And I would, for one, say definitely. Like that thing when you see that, oh, that didn't kill, oh my god, or like, oh, I should have this. Like, I should be winning right now, and the other one is running away with it. That mental state, like, that is so crucial to this game. The idea of momentum is so important in Smash Ultimate. Like, it doesn't change anything in game. Like, in game, for most characters, it's like you can still win and you can still play the same, but mentally, no human being is going to be able to do that.
Yeah, no human being can process that much information, but Intel processors can, because you want to make sure you go ahead and check out all the Intel processor cores that we have throughout the entirety of this building. We have multiple